What if the next Spider-Man movie isn't just another sequel, but the moment everything changes? Because behind the scenes of Spider-Man Brand New Day, something very different was happening. The director is calling it his biggest project ever, and Tom Holland is being described as completely fearless. But that word might mean a lot more than people think. When Destin Daniel Cretton finally said, "That's a wrap," it didn't sound like a normal end to filming. He called Spider-Man Brand New Day the most rewarding film he's ever worked on. Not just big, but personal. And that says a lot. Because this is the same director who's handled major projects before, yet this one clearly hit differently. So if he's saying this film goes further than anything he's done, something major is coming. And after No Way Home completely reset Peter Parker's life, the stakes couldn't be higher. But the real story isn't just about the movie itself. It's about what Tom Holland went through to make it happen. Calling an actor fearless might sound like standard praise, but in this case, it feels different. Cretton didn't just thank Holland for acting. He highlighted his relentless work ethic, his leadership, and how far he pushed himself, both on and off screen. And if you look closely, this version of Spider-Man has been evolving fast. He's no longer the wide-eyed kid from earlier films. This version feels more isolated, more serious, like he's carrying the weight of everything that happened before. Some reports suggest the role demanded more physically and emotionally than ever, and that leads to something most fans didn't expect. In the middle of production, everything suddenly paused because Holland suffered a concussion during filming. Now, officially, it was described as mild, and he returned not long after. But even a small incident like that reveals something bigger. These films are intense. The stunts, the pressure, the constant schedule, it all adds up fast. Moments like this show just how far actors go to bring these characters to life. Holland later reassured fans he was recovering, but it definitely raised questions about how demanding this movie really is. And that wasn't the only thing happening behind the scenes. While filming was going on, fans noticed something else. Zendaya was back on set, which is interesting because her character lost all memory of Peter Parker in the last film. So why is she back? That's where speculation starts to build. Some fans believe her return could mean Peter tries to reconnect with her, while others think there could be a completely unexpected twist in the story. And there's another layer to all of this, because in real life, Holland and Zendaya are engaged. That kind of connection naturally changes the on-screen dynamic, and fans are already watching closely for any signs of it. But they're not the only new faces involved. This film isn't just bringing back familiar characters, it's expanding. New actors are joining the cast, and their roles haven't been fully revealed. And naturally, fans have started speculating. Rumors suggest connections to major comic storylines, while others believe entirely new characters are being introduced. Nothing is confirmed, but the secrecy itself is building curiosity. And it hints that this story might be setting up something much bigger than just one movie. But timing might be the biggest challenge of all, because Spider-Man Brand New Day isn't releasing on its own. It's arriving just weeks after another major Tom Holland film. 2 huge releases, back to back. That kind of schedule puts serious pressure on any actor. And for Holland, it marks a shift. He's no longer just known for one role. He's stepping into a new level, carrying multiple major projects at the same time. And that raises a bigger question. Is this the peak of his Spider-Man journey, or the beginning of something completely different? When you step back and look at everything, the intense filming, the injury, the emotional weight of the story, the returning characters, and the new additions, this doesn't feel like a typical sequel. It feels like a turning point for the character, for the franchise, and for Tom Holland himself. Because if this really is his most fearless performance yet, then audiences might be about to see a version of Spider-Man we've never seen before. And the real question is, what happens after that?